Okay, hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Ljubljana Talks. Today we are recording in a very special place at a very special time with a very special guest. So we are at the Grand Hotel Union in the presidential suite. Beautiful, beautiful hotel, just renovated, incredible suite, and of course the home of the 18th edition of Conventa, which is taking place right now underneath our feet. And with Goraš Čad from Toleranza Marketing, we have a guest today, Ana Ilić. Welcome to Ljubljana Talks.
Hello, thank you.
You come from a very special venue, Ložionica it is called.
Yes.
We briefly touched on that it kind of fits into the picture of when this hotel was being built. Mm-hmm. So this is the beginning of the proper industrial revolution in our areas. Can you tell us a little bit more about Ložionica?
Thank you very much for this lovely introduction. And yes, Ložionica is actually a 100 years old building, a railway depot that was used for locomotives to get fired up with either water for steam when they were running on steam or later on for coal. But it was the first infrastructure of the first railway basically in Serbia. So this 100 years old building was completely depleted by 2020, and we completely renovated it and turned it into a creative hub, a very modern hub for creative industries and innovation. It sits in the middle of the Belgrade waterfront development area, so right on the Sava River. It's surrounded by all new buildings, business and residential, some really fantastic hotels as well. We completely preserved the structure of the 100 years old building, the original concrete, that back then was an innovation in and of itself, but repurposed it for modern use, for the new industrial revolution, for IT innovation and especially creative industries. So now it's a very modern, very well located, easily accessible, but quite peculiar and unique space that's primarily with its mission is to support and promote creative industries in Serbia and the region. But it also provides really great spaces, rooms for events. All the rooms are multifunctional. They're all flexible, adaptable, easily for multi-purpose use. But the biggest room is what we call the black box room. It fits up to 600 seats, theater style, or 1,200 standing people for parties, for DJ parties or concerts. It also has these telescopic seats that fit up to 500 people that can be completely removed with a remote control, so just one click and you completely remove it and you have an empty room. It can have daylight, it has beautiful windows, but we also have these acoustic curtains, so you can make it pitch black if you need it for a theater play or a cinema premiere or something like that. So yeah.
So fully, purposefully designed for creative industries, for events, flexibility, multi-use.
Yes.
What was the size of the investment that you needed to create such an incredible space?
Well, it's not just this building, it's a complete complex which consists now of this old round building and the turntable in front of it that was used for locomotives to go in, to turn the locomotives to go into these garages. But it also has this water tower that used to store water for the locomotives and this huge outdoor area. And we built another business building because we had enough space, which is now government's Center for Digitalization and E-Government. It's the Office of IT and E-Government of the Government of Serbia. And we also, of course, added an underground garage so that everybody can even park and make the whole experience comfortable. So it consists altogether of 23,000 square meters. And it was a significant investment of 63 million euros, completely funded by the government of Serbia. And now we opened only in September last year, but we already had 153 events in the building. So it's real with literally almost zero marketing, because people just heard about it and were drawn to it because it's so unique and peculiar, and in such a great area. And so it now has its own life. Yeah.
I saw it. It's amazing. Congrats, Anna, for a huge and really amazing special venue, which is, in my opinion, really special for the whole region.
Yes.
But you mentioned the creative industries. Can you elaborate a little bit more about the status of creative industries in Serbia? I know you're working a long time on that field. And what is the connection between creative industries and our industry, which we call meetings industry?
Well, creative industries in Serbia is now a really big sector, but when we started working on it 10 years ago, it wasn't seen as a separate sector. It was culture, art, architecture, design, everything was scattered. And then we said, well, this is actually one big sector that comprises 52 different activities that people work in. And then we measured the economic impact of the industries to the economy of Serbia. And we do that every 2 or 3 years, and we did one last year. So now it contributes 8% to the GDP of Serbia. It employs 190,000 people, half of which are women, of more than 40% of which are highly educated, and 60% are young, between 25 and 44 years of age, which is great statistics. But what we also realized was that the exports of goods and services in creative industries grew 80% over a 6-year period, which is a fantastic indicator and proves that we need to support them and work with them more. And then we established 8 years ago this platform called Serbia Creates for support and promotion of creative industries, and through a number of different activities and projects that we did, including Marina Abramovic's retrospective exhibition in Belgrade, and organizing Serbia's pavilion at the EXPO 2020 in Dubai, and range of other things. We realized that we needed a physical space where we could put all the creative people in one space, and they can work together, and they can mix with scientists and people in technology, and bring in business minds, because when they get together, they come up with some great new ideas. Artists inspire business people teach artists a lot, and thus Ložionica. We then found this old building that was totally depleted, owned by the government, and was supposed to be used for culture and arts by regulation. And we convinced government and then Prime Minister Ana Brnabić to invest in renovating it and turning it into this really state-of-the-art event space. And then we realized, because our idea was to, it's a government building and it is completely financed, the renovation is financed by the government, but we want to make it a healthy business. So it's not financed, the operations are not financed by the government. It's a completely self-sustainable business, basically. So then we thought, what would be one of the revenue sources, and that was definitely to use this space for events. And then we meticulously worked with architects. We had great architects that won at our international call for architectural design. We sat with them and we planned each square meter really to use this space, which we completely preserved in its original structure, to then use it for modern use. And a little bit comes from my own background, because I used to work with the convention Bureau of Serbia, and I used to work in tourism industry and then also in the creative industry, and I thought this would be a great way to combine the two worlds and make the best out of both of them, and it seems to be working.
Absolutely. I mean, I like the public areas which we can transform to something completely different, and this is quite amazing. Usually, those areas are not really in focus in any venue. Actually, it's just to move people from A to B. In your place, is something completely different.
Well, to be honest, it comes also from our experience of trying to organize events ourselves in different venues. And then there's always something missing, and there is always something that doesn't work. So we knew exactly from the production side, from the professional side, what's needed for a venue to work, especially when you have multiple rooms, when you have the big exhibition space, but you need complex productions to get in. And so we planned that also meticulously. So now it seems to be very practical for people to use, and a lot of event agencies come and use it as well.
Tell us more, Anna, about EXPO, a big event. We are all proud in region on it. We are looking carefully what is going on in Serbia, because we believe that this is the event which will connect all the experts in the industry or in the region. How are you connected to the EXPO? What EXPO brings to Serbia? Why is it important for Serbia? What can we expect out of the EXPO? So a little bit more about that.
Well, EXPO is a fantastic opportunity for Serbia, but really not only Serbia, the region, the whole region. It's the first one in the region for decades and decades back. So it's very important even for Europe, because it was mostly outside of Europe in recent years. And having been Deputy General Commissioner for EXPO, for Serbia's pavilion at the EXPO in Dubai in 2020, I completely understand why EXPOs are so important and why countries and cities compete so viciously even to get to be hosts of expos. Even though this is a specialized expo, it's a 3-month event, it's not the big 6-month one, but this is the right size for our country and our city, I think. What's important is that it brings the whole world to the city, and we already have, I think, over 120 countries that confirmed participation. So you bring so much people, but you also employ a lot of locals. And what's mostly important for us is also you build this infrastructure that's there to stay forever. And for our convention industry specifically, it will just bring us to the next level in not just the region of Western Balkans, but the entire Southeast Europe, Central Europe, with the biggest congress center that we have already, which is the Sava Center, and a number of brand new hotels around the city, and this new fairground and the all of the supporting facilities there. It will be like the best convention destination, one of the top in the world probably, because everything is new. So we expect a lot of business to come in as of next year.
Belgrade and Serbia are doing a great job with strategically embracing the meetings industry in many ways, starting with the airline connections, visa policies, taxation, company, policies. There's a very open environment for that. Now, you were just describing this whole ecosystem of new developments. How do you see a special venue such as Ložionica prosper in this environment? Where do you see your main key opportunities in the next couple of years?
Our main key opportunity already is its mere size and capacity, because in Belgrade you have small spaces, you have hotels, and then you have the Sava Center, which is like the really top-notch Congress Center, but there is nothing in the middle for business events, but also for cultural events even. So we filled in this huge gap that was there, and for these size of events. And it's also a very unique venue with this huge industrial and cultural heritage behind, a great story. It's really well done in the architectural sense of words, and architects come to just see it as this fantastic intervention on such an old building and this repurposing to a completely new thing. So with all that, it's very unique. Also, it's so easily accessible from all over the city, really. And it's surrounded with these great hotels like the St. Regis and Radisson and the Bristol. And we have some 5-star, some 3-star hotels around. So it's like the infrastructure is just there. And it's so convenient for conference organizers or even cultural creative events organizers and some new experience kinds of events organizers to come in and do their job.
And soon Conventa will come to Belgrade, to your
Yes.
venue. It's TBYB by Conventa, a smaller event, but we are super excited about it. What does it mean for you, and what will this event bring to Belgrade and to your venue?
Oh, it means a lot to us. We want to really help with the promotion of Belgrade and Serbia as the convention center, and to bring more of this professional meetings business to the city, and to position Ložionica as one of the key infrastructure parts for this business. So having this first opportunity with a strong partner from the region like Conventa is a great privilege for us, and we're very thankful to you for approaching us with that idea, and we can't wait to really host all these guests, exhibitors, hosted buyers, and visitors in general to come and experience Ložionica firsthand.
Amazing. And my almost last question is, why Serbia for meetings and events?
Why would somebody want to come to Serbia for meetings and events? Because there's no better place, really. It's safe, it's fun, it's dynamic, it's old and modern, it's traditional and forward-thinking. It's, of course, there's the nightlife that's famous for all the young people from all over Europe. And it's a dynamic, vibrant space with so many cafes and restaurants and clubs and now hotels. And the infrastructure is just there. And it's a lot is happening there. So you feel like you're in the center of some new developments.
You have a new venue, which is always exciting in the industry. It is your first time to Conventa in this role.
Yes.
What are your expectations from Conventa this year?
Well, this is like our first or our zero time at Conventa, and we want to see where we stand within the regional market now, and how we can position ourselves and what the interest is. And it's the first time we're here, and we're exploring, we're learning still a lot, and how to really promote and position Ložionica in the modern market.
We usually finish these interviews with what we call fire round questions. So there's a couple of questions that we ask, and you can answer them or no, or quickly or long, whatever you want. My first question would be, corporate or association events?
Oh, I'm always for association events. I used to run an association and was on a board of an international association. It's my love, but both. In the end, both.
Summer or winter?
Oh my God, I'm a big skier, but I love the beach, so it's both. I have to say both, but skiing is my passion, let's say.
Flying or taking train?
Flying still.
Still?
Yeah.
Any comment? No?
Sorry?
Any comment on that?
No, just, I mean, yeah, I love trains. I used to use trains a lot when I was little, now not so much, but flying is quicker, it's quicker, it's practical.
So very efficient, that's the preference?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
talking to me and Gorazd, and it was a pure pleasure, and plenty of success with Ložionica.
Thank you very much, and see you all in Belgrade at Ložionica.
See you all, and stay tuned.